restart the stream. I've
that one is
restarted the
League of
stream.
Legends.
Are we on?
Yeah, you're
I think it's back again. You guys, am I still in the Googout, or did that make me leave as well?
No, you're here in the Googout. I see your stream as well. It hasn't gone.
Okay. OBS stopped streaming, so I had to fucking
Oh,
restart
okay.
it.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, okay, but not
I obviously
Googout.
just lost connection completely.
Wow.
Wow. I was gonna say that's not how physics works, Nintendo.
Thanks, Nintendo.
Go away.
So yeah, I don't think MOBAs are going to be recognized as a proper genre until they look different to one another
Well,
and don't have a completely uniform like art style
There's
and level
a
design.
problem because someone tried that several years ago, and I actually tried it out. It was a game called Demigod, by Gas Powered Games.
Oh right, yeah.
And I really liked it, and there were lots of different maps in it. There's lots of different fucking. Well, there's some different heroes, but there weren't enough heroes for people. And this was a legitimate fucking quote from the beta community. It's not enough like Dota, because this was just before the big MOBA rush hit. Just before the MOBA rush hit. So it was while people were playing like
so what you're
when
saying,
League of Legends and HON were starting
what you're
up.
saying is there's a community of people who really just wants to play the same game over and over again.
Yep.
And then
Pretty
they'll
much.
have arguments about which one is better, even though they're all pretty much the same.
Yep. I mean, I liked the concept of Demigod from a start because there were a lot of different maps in it, there were a lot of different designs, there were potentially different ways to play, but they didn't differentiate between the heroes enough because there were supposed to be two different types of heroes. So people with like minions, I think they were called generals at the time, so more of a traditional RTS experience. That never really happened. Also, blop. Okay, can't do that.
I got the bomb stim and then you were able to attack him.
Wow, that was difficult to dodge. Hey. Hey. This is fucking trivial.
Oh look, the bomb stunned him and then you were able to attack him.
Wow, that was really difficult to dodge, wasn't it?
I didn't know you could dodge him like that.
Neither did I just thought I'd try it out.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Awesome Noughts, but then I could tell you the difference between Awesome Noughts and Dota by looking at a screenshot, and maybe
wow, that was hard.
Maybe that's the mark of a MOBA game that doesn't suck.
Wow, get out of the way, Link. Jeez.
Yeah, there's MOBAs for everything now. Isn't there like a Witcher MOBA or some bullshit like
Probably.
that?
Really?
Yeah.
What does MOBA stand for?
Multiplayer online battle arena, I think.
But really, you should use the phrase ARTS.
Or ass faggots.
Or ass faggots.
Lord Management, I think, was also called at one point. Which I quite like.
Management?
Lord Management. I quite like that one because it's sarky enough. But people may not necessarily tell that you're being that sarky. Wow, this guy is pretty fucking broken, guys. He's also not an object that my sword can connect with. I've got no shield. I should probably fix that, right?
It's pronounced shellid.
Thanks.
I don't really mind games that have awesome and super in the name.
I don't mind that either. You kind of had to get used to it when you were living in the early 90s.
I don't
Mega
mind
and Super were a
if
thing.
it's an actually authentic like throwback. If it's just thrown in there to try and be trendy, then maybe it sucks. But generally, I don't.
Thanks for tussling my hair, you piece of fuck.
I don't judge the quality of a game on the quality of the title because there's no correlation at all between the goodness of a title and the goodness of a game. Which had a bit of
Sworn
trading
Brothers,
card
guys.
game. Also, collectible card games. Fuck you. If you're gonna give me digital cards, let me trade them. Fuck you. Collectible card game. Stupid fucking bullshit. Sorry, I just had to get that out.
Thing is, once you start making them tradable, they gain monetary value. At which point, that's a whole fucking thing that is not worth getting into most of the time.
I'm pissed because I own Scrolls, the game by Mojang, that's a trading card game, and it's actually genuinely really good. It's like a fusion of turn-based strategy with deck building and trading cards. It's a really good game. No one's playing it. Everyone's playing some Skinner box bullshit. Just because Scrolls is kind of difficult to learn and kind of complicated, doesn't hold your hand. and costs money to buy rather than being free to play, but doesn't have pay to win, then it's like they don't care.
Have you used a 3DS running Link for Time, Kat?
I've played Dogs's and some other people I know's 3DS's. I don't own one, but I've moved up other people's.
One of the things that entertains me about the 3DS is that when you don't have 3D mode engaged, you're actually doubling the amount of pixels on the screen because you're using both the screens at the same time. So everything becomes a little... the edges are less defined, I guess. It's a little less sharp. When you put 3D mode on, I think the graphics actually get better.
Really?
In any given game, I think, because they become a little bit sharper.
Why?
Because you're not pixel doubling on the same aspect ratio, are you? Think about that for a second.
But wouldn't it be sharper if you had double the pixels in one axis? Logically.
I'm not sure it actually ends up working that way. Because it's definitely sharper when you engage 3D mode. Definitely sharper when you engage 3D mode. Maybe
it is to do with like both eyes are seeing different things, and so you can kind of have sub-pixels there.
Yeah, maybe.
Like a pixel that's
really
an item that's half visible on one eye. I think that's probably it, to be honest. I think it's probably something to do with sub-pixels.
I think I can get through this without fucking triggering.
What do people think of that Overwatch game? I have no strong feelings.
No! Fucking piece of...
I've never really liked Blizzard games since they closed Blizzard North, and I probably will continue to not like them. I like
Someone
Diablo,
should play Lost Vikings at some point.
And the original StarCraft and Lost Vikings is the shit. And, you know, recently I've just not cared.
I'm not going to talk to you because I don't like you.
Talk to him.
I'm not going to talk to him
I'm
yet.
sure he's got something to say that you'll
He
need
does,
to
but
hear twice.
I'm gonna go in here in a second. I'm gonna do that after I've gone in here and picked up the fucking thing that I actually want from this place. It's probably a good time to stop at this point, isn't it? I guess.
You think? I assumed you were going to do all of Kid Link, perhaps incorrectly.
I can do if you want. It's already 7:15 and I'm not eating yet.
Oh, right. Well, it's up to you then.
I can do one more. I could probably order a pizza as well, but I don't know if I should.
YOLO.
I'm just in that mode where I'm like, should I order a pizza?
You only live once, so you should live as carefully as humanly possible and not take any unnecessary risks.
Exactly.
That's my opinion.
He who hesitates is lost.
They made the magic marginally less scary looking.
They have. She's not quite as creepy. I can also now go to the castle, can't I?
I don't know.
Because there's a fairy at the castle.
I believe in fairies.
Your mum's a fairy.
Wow, that's
probably would have been more insulting if I said your dad's a fairy, wouldn't it? I guess. I quite like how the fairy is a weapon for Link in Hyrule Warriors as well. Come on. There we go. Because and when you use that weapon, you're actually the fairy, and Link is in a bottle, and you're carrying Link in a bottle. I find that quite cute. This is quite cute. I guess this was proof, when you played the game the first time on the N64, that they could have actually had a first-person view and have it work graphically, but...
I don't think first-person Zelda would have made that much sense, though.
No, I don't think it would have done, but they were looking into it, it was quite clear.
Yeah.
They also looked at it in a really different way, though, because the initial versions of the game were more like a hub structure like Mario 64.
Oh, right, I remember those discussions.
Yeah, it all took place in Ganon's castle, and you'd, like, take a magical painting portal to different places.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
I'm not sure if it would have been bad, it would have been different, though.
No, it would have been bad. Would have been bad.
It wouldn't have differentiated it enough from Mario 64, I think, which is the only real problem I would have had with it.
It would have been bad.
Uh-oh. I have no major issues with it.
I do miss hub levels in platforming games.
As do I.
Lawyer Guy is going to have a hub level. I think hub
Will it have
levels are
stuff to
important.
do in the hub level? Do you like
Well,
a hub level which doesn't really have anything to do in it, and which just provides a basis for which you can access the levels? Or do you like a hub world which actually has interesting things to do in it?
I like hub worlds where you don't have to do anything in it, but if you want to explore, there's like lots of like interesting little secrets and knickknacks and things to collect in the hub level.
So you don't like the Banjo-Kazooie style then?
I don't like Banjo-Kazooie.
Okay. Yeah.
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 I don't get Banjo-Kazooie. I just don't get it.
I've never been a massive fan of it. I prefer Mario 64 if I had to pick one.
Yeah, I think a hub level, like, one thing you can do in a hub level is when the player gets abilities, like, you should have a load of secrets in the hub level that you can only find using, like, special abilities that you get throughout the game. So if you feel like it, you can just go back to the hub level and go, oh yeah, now I can go.
How do I access the free shield? Is it free or is it just decreased in? I can't remember. Because when you talk to the guard who lets you go up Death Mountain, doesn't he say something like, "Oh, talk to the guy in the market"?
I don't know. I've always just bought it for full price. It's not that there's anything else.
I think it's more expensive normally.
Game.
Well, yeah, you can get the Zora tunic and the Goron tunic for free, can't you? Those are the expensive things, I guess, in the game.
Like, the only Zelda game you ever worry about money in is Link Between Worlds, as far as I can tell. It's Skyward Sword had a little bit of stuff with the money.
Also Wind Waker, if you remember.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Fuck that game. Yes, exactly.
Not fuck yeah as in fuck yeah. Fuck as in fuck, yeah.
I know, I must do this, I'm sorry. But I'm not sorry.
It didn't do anything. Oh wait, there it is.
I have to watch it in 3D as well, sorry.
Whee! I love that, I love that. Some bored animator somewhere had a real fun time with that.
And he's gone. I do like that it's the little bits of personality that make Nintendo games for me. Just little things that a lot of really good developers will do, but not many. And there's not many of them left that will actually go ahead and do it now. Just little things like that.
No one puts Easter eggs in games anymore.
Very few. Or if they are, they're like pop culture references and stuff.
No one puts cheat codes in games anymore.
Fuck, I love cheat codes. Cheat codes are the best.
Cheat codes make Grand Theft Auto twice as enjoyable.
I agree.
I haven't played the new ones. Are there cheat codes in the new games?
I cannot remember for the life of me, but there's very little. Certainly in GTA 4, there was very little interesting stuff anyway in terms of like, oh, here's a tank or something similar. Maybe they added them later on. I'm not sure. But when the game first came out, I was like, are you kidding? There's no like really interesting stuff. Why? Because, like, the GTA 2 had, like, a lightning gun and stuff, didn't it? This is Din's Fire.
GTA 2 is probably the one I had the least experience with, so I couldn't tell you.
Yay, got Din's Fire! Yeah! Also to burn things. Yay. I sure do love burning. I will do. Thanks.
I definitely prefer the more understated fairies in Zelda games.
There we go. Don't mind me, just coming in here. So, Zora's Domain, yeah?
Let's do it.
Oh, I need to put my
By
shield on.
let's do it, I mean you do it, and I'll sit here and do nothing and talk about pizza or some shit.
I need to order some pizza. What pizza shall I order?
Baron, are you still here? Come on, give pizza recommendations. Pong.
All the pepperoni could possibly fit on a pizza.
I do tend to like those, actually, it's true.
I got like double pepperoni. It was called the pizza. It was called the pepperoni feast.
I think it's pepperoni passion over here from Domino's at least.
Yeah, pepperoni passion. Yeah, sure. I call it pepperoni assault.
Pepperoni assault.
Yeah, same thing.
Lag reduction strats, look at the floor. Lag reduction strats, look at the floor.
Pepperoni again. Pepperoni again?
No, I'm in the water, it's making me slow, and I accidentally dove. No, Dobby!
Start over.
Reset. Fucking owl. Go away, owl. Boo, 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 boo. It's a nice skybox, though. I like nice skyboxes. Can I? Yeah, okay, yes I can. Ow.
The best skies in all of video games belong to Unreal Engine 1 games.
Oh yeah, they're pretty
Baron,
awesome.
you'll agree with
Unreal Engine 3 had some good ones.
No.
What I will
Unreal
say,
Engine
however,
1.
is that having played Destiny recently, Destiny has some pretty fucking amazing skyboxes. Regardless of what else I think about the game, it's got some pretty fucking amazing skyboxes, so I have to give it that. Oh, I needed.
Skyboxes are alright.
Yep, it does. I need Cuckoo. I need Cuckoo. Come here, Cuckoo. You're important to
No.
me.
Unreal 1 will always have the best skies because they were always really trippy and the clouds like moved like really fast. And they were always like bright multicolored things that seemed to stretch on forever. I love it. Some of the Unreal Tournament skyboxes just
Unreal Tournament is a lovely game. How many feathers does this thing have? It's losing a lot of them.
That game also has probably the best water effects in my opinion. I see modern water, but I'm never as impressed by it as I was when I saw Unreal 1's water. Game's gone back into pixelo vision.
I'm sorry.
Thanks, Google.
You can reload the Google, that might help. But...
I've tried before and it doesn't. I just gotta be patient.
Uh-oh. That's not what I wanted to do there.
I'll have a go.
Oh, do I need to get the thing all the way over here? I do, don't I? If I want to get that. And I do want to get that.
I don't know.
I do want to get it, because it's a piece of heart. And I want to get a piece of heart. The camera automatically tracks her as well, which is quite nice.
Tracks who?
It just tracks around the corners.
Oh,
Where's the
right,
cuckoo?
yeah.
Is it over there? That's where it is.
Ah, quality returns.
It's not a bad looking game.
I mean, yeah, but, you know, I think if you're going to remake a game, you may as well make the graphics nice, and they could have done a lot more with it if it was on something that wasn't the fucking 3DS.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Like, if you're going to remake all the assets... But what can I say? The shameless adherence to concept art really does... It really does impress me.
You like that?
Yeah, just how much everything looks like the concept art.
Well,
because in the original Ocarina of Time, some shit just didn't look anything like it was supposed to. It's just like a mess of triangles.
Well, yeah. Especially like Dead Hand or whatever it was called. I can't remember his name.
Dead Hand?
What's the name of the guy in the Shadow Temple who, and in the bottom of the well, I suppose? The guy who just has like loads of hands that raise up from the ground.
he looks pretty okay, I thought.
He's a big mess of fucking polygons.
I thought characters' faces were the thing that suffered the most in the N64 one.
Yeah, that's early 3D for you.
Because they had just no polygons on them at all.
Also, this music is pretty great.
Elevator music of the Zelda world.
It is. It's lovely though. I've got to say it's lovely because it is.
I posted some badass techno. I liked it.
Steel drums is great. I love steel drums.
I learned to play steel drums in a music lesson at school. Cool instrument.
Hitler did nothing wrong.
What?
Is that Freaky Demon? No! Okay, where is the thing
Link.
I'm gonna need to...
He is a
Get it
designer
down
build a
here.
pizza as what appears to be a plane made of peppers flying into Twin Towers made of chicken. With like what appears to be hamburger meat as the fire and smoke rising out.
Maybe I should order a kebab. Maybe I should remove the kebab.
Kebabs.
So I can't roll here. So I've gotta fucking fight my urge.
You should be able to roll wherever you want in Zelda games. That should be a rule. What do you get for lighting all these torches?
Oh fuck! I didn't do it quick enough.
Wait, Pac-Man's in Smash Brothers?
Huh? Pac-Man's really fun to play in Smash Brothers.
Oh,
All of his moves are just some bullshit.
oh kind of like how Mr. Game & Watch was.
You gotta do this
Yeah,
real
pretty
fucking
much.
quick, like.
Like Mr. Game & Watch's power up, he becomes a giant octopus.
I love that.
Yeah,
His attacks are really fucking powerful too.
Pac-Man is awesome in Smash Brothers. I love him.
Huh.
I don't think I can even make this one. Come on, come on, come on.
Fishheads, you've never played Majora's Mask? Lane says you do know you can put the stick away if you swing your sword, dumbass.
Oh, that's useful. I did not know that. Am I missing one somewhere around here?
Yes.
Where is it?
No, I don't know.
Hmm.
Fishheads, have you really not played Majora's Mask?
It's around here? No, it can't be around here. It would have to be on the route, right?
I don't think Majora's Mask 3D Moon looks as good as the original Moon. I think it has a different expression.
He said that about 3 times when you weren't listening to him.
Yeah. I do think, well, I am listening to him now because he's not intruding on our private stream. But yeah, but then again, one could say maybe I'm just more used to the original
come on, lie.
Moon. But I don't know. I don't know.
No,
I think the
missed it
Moon does
again.
look more intense. But maybe it's just because I'm used to the original Moon.
I'm obviously not doing it quick enough. How can I make this quicker?
I played it up until you get turned back into a human. So what, you stopped playing when the game actually starts?
Yeah.
It's much better than this game, man. You should play it. Majora's Mask legitimately deserves all the praise that there is for it.
Can I actually make this all the way, do you think, without stopping?
That's my answer.
Yeah, you can. You have to not stop.
That's what you have to do.
Fine. I thought you had to make it in 2 goes.
MM3D Ice Arrow thing? What about it?
I have no idea what that's supposed to mean.
Yeah, what's the deal with the ice arrows? Are they different? I don't understand.
So I need to go get this thing down here.
Honestly, play the original. I mean, the 3D version might be better, but I don't think it'll be that better.
Splush, splush, splush.
But then again, it probably won't be worse. So, you know.
The unique animation for the dive.
Yeah. Doya has never seen the end of Majora's Mask.
It's a good game. I've completed it only once, so I'm kind of somewhat looking forward to playing it again, but somewhat really not looking forward to playing it again at all.
Why not?
There were just aspects of the game that I really didn't enjoy, like the fucking Pirate Fortress. Fucking mandatory stealth sections!
They're in every Zelda game.
I fucking hate them. They're not in fucking Link to the Past, are they? Or Zelda 1 for that matter.
Yeah, and Link to the Past you just get some bullshit that wastes your time instead. And then
What wastes your time in fucking Link to the Past?
Everything.
What wastes your time?
Okay,
What?
the boss that pushes you back to the bottom of the tower wastes my time.
Only if you fuck up.
Yeah.
If you fuck up, maybe you deserve to be
in Majora's Mask only wastes your time if you fuck up.
How much time is wasted if you get near the end of the stealth segment in Majora's Mask and then you fuck up?
It's not a long segment.
It's long
also,
enough.
you can use
if you fall off the Moldorm fight, you lose at most like 5 seconds, maybe 6 or 7, at most.
Can't you use the stone mask in the Majora's Mask stealth sections? The
I have no
latter
idea.
one.
I have absolutely no idea, actually. I only played it through once, as I said.
There's a mask you can get that makes you invisible to people.
It's still never going to be as bad as the Squidward Sword fucking stealth section. Fuck that noise.
The Squidward Sword wasn't difficult. It was just wasting time.
Oh god, have I fucking...
Yeah, you've disappeared.
Oh, it's not me, thank fuck.
Maybe we should call it a night here?
Would you like to? How have I disappeared, by the way?
I don't know. You're out.
Oh, I
of the
know.
hangout.
I know. I need to get back in.
Oh no.
Dr. Connor's class. I got so caught up in what I was
Catsman,
doing.
you left.
I left?
Forgot all about
I
it.
you are
didn't. I'm
getting
right
back.
here.
I'm right here also. Am I
Talking
here now?
about.
God, I hate all of
Can you see me?
Yeah, you're
Can
here.
you see me? Can you
Yep,
see
you're
me?
here. So, sorry, I was stuck in a world of retro techno music, so I just crawled out of it. And some badass fucking tracks with this guy named Mega Drive, and I was like, whoa, it's so good! Oh shit, I'm part of this group, I should probably start talking.
She's inside Lord Jabu Jabu? That's not possible!
I don't know, fish heads. I think it's worse in Skyward Sword, because in Okami, it's okay, you fight the same boss like 3 times. One of those is optional, and the rest of the game
Oh god,
is
it's
quite
this!
entertaining.
Everyone silent! Everyone silent!
Okay.
What is it doing?
Shush! Silence for the king of the Zoras. Thank you.
That
you can talk now.
No, one of them is optional in Okami, fish heads.
Obviously, everyone who is of relevance in this chat has already seen that image, but just wanted to point out, every single bit of water that flows through Hyrule passes through the King of the Zora's balls.
Well, he doesn't have balls.
Single one.
He doesn't have balls because he's a fish.
He might have. Ruto's
Well,
got
he does,
breasts.
but
Ruto's got breasts.
He has testicles, but they're internal.
Hey, fish,
Yeah,
where do I get fish?
I thought fish had internal testicles.
Yeah.
Where are the fish here? I don't
every
think
now
they're
and
fish
then
here,
he
are
might
they?
want to spawn. He also shits in the water too. Then.
Yeah, he might shit in the water. Yeah.
Isn't
So
fish
the water
shit?
is passing through his ass crack.
Isn't roe fish shit anyway, or have I got that wrong? Like
Yeah,
cod
roe
roe.
is fish.
So
Roe
it might
is
be.
fish eggs.
For all we know, the fucking King of Zora's shit is a delicacy.
No, fish
For
roe
all
are
we
fish
fucking
eggs, and I think he's a king.
Oh,
so
roe
he
is
doesn't
eggs.
have
Hang on, isn't that caviar?
That's also caviar too. Yes.
Hmm. Right, where are the fish? Where are the fish at? There we go. Fish in a bottle. There you go. Forgot to get this beforehand.
Oh right, yeah, Orochi 3 times was bullshit, yeah. I agree, it's bullshit in both of them, but I dislike it more in Snowtour simply because the rest of the game is less interesting.
And the Imprisoned is a fucking obnoxious fight.
And the Imprisoned isn't as fun as fighting Orochi anyway.
The Imprisoned is incredibly fucking obnoxious as just a boss fight. It doesn't even change meaningfully across the fights either, which is what gets me. If it changed meaningfully each time,
but
they add little things.
Interesting way.
Little
what is
things.
Animage's obsession with Kamiya?
Kamiya's great. I like Kamiya as a game creator. He hasn't really made any bad games, but
he's not perfect as a game designer. I wish they'd stop worshipping him on the internet.
Oh, I need to start charging my 3DS, otherwise...
Is that a whale or
Master, your 3DS is...
Master, your 3DS. Actually, I'm going to check that, just in case, because she might actually do that. If I ask Navi what's going on, if I can
that's
do.
Disgusting.
Deal with it, we're in a whale.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh, she's not.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen this game before, have you? I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat though. As a dungeon design, it's quite cool.
Yeah, I think it's quite cool.
Dude, there's fucking tapeworms inside of his mouth.
Yeah.
Well, actually, they're Octoroks, and I should kill them.
Yeah, but he's filled with like Octoroks and just weird ass like tentacular shit.
What a highly inefficient digestive system. You're gonna hit his glowing tonsil.
And there's like glowing tonsils and
anus doors. Anus doors.
Corridors, sphincters everywhere.
I cannot kill these things yet.
This is probably the most uncomfortable level I've ever seen in a game.
Deal with it, nerd. Oh boy, here we go.
The Hive and the Many in System Shock 2 was pretty bad, but this is wonky.
Anus doors, man. Did you play Prey, by the way? Have you played Prey? There are some good anus doors in that game.
The original Prey. That game had very realistic anus doors. I did not like it. I did not like it.
I am Ruto, Princess of Zoras. Do you remember this dungeon and how to do it properly? Because this is where
I remember Ruto's a bitch, and she disappears if you throw her in water, even though she's a fish.
You can use it to kill enemies and press switches, though, so that's cool. Oh,
and she does that. I remember that.
What a shame.
She's an
I better
idiot.
follow her, then.
Wait, those holes aren't very... There we go.
Apparently she's been going in his belly since she was little. Well, about that.
I wouldn't do that.
Oh.
What if you got accidentally digested? I don't like the idea of becoming
I like how she
poop.
tries to order you around, and she also has an extra pair of eyes on the side.
She's very soon. She's very soon.
Those are her actual eyes. The eyes on the front
very soon.
are fake eyes.
Ow. Excuse me.
I
like how I bumped into it and it gave me a heart.
I like the design of this dungeon, but I don't really like the actual shit you do in this dungeon, as in it's...
Now, can I throw you
It's
up
a lot of rooms where you just, like, have to ferry her around, and then there's shit where you just spawn enemies, and then you have to kill them to progress. And
I think it's a nice
around
gimmick.
and vile.
Yep, deal with it. I should probably... Oh, I've heard...
He is an unrecognized genius. Okay. That's not true either, Animage. Many people are talking about how great he is, and he's obviously recognized. So I don't know what you're talking about.
He's not an unrecognized genius.
He's not an unrecognized genius.
He's an overrated game developer, and this is coming from someone who fucking loves Okami.
I don't know if he's overrated. He's very good. He doesn't work on that many games, though, which is the only thing I would say.
This is what I'm saying, is that he hasn't made a bad game yet, but he has plenty of time to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, even Shigeru Miyamoto's made a bad game.
Which one?
I don't know.
Many.
Let me look it up.
Which game?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. Has he made bad games? Just Miyamoto.
Gently caress youth. She's not naked. She's wearing a bra. What are you talking about?
She is, actually, especially in later... Well, it's more like a skin...
Get a bra made of
thing.
skin.
Yeah. They changed the costume slightly for this. Fuck! I'm glad I picked up that extra heart. Hey.
Oh, I know his name.
Yeah.
Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link.
I don't like Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, but...
It's not a bad game.
I'm not going to call it a bad game, it's just unnecessarily hard. Like, the design isn't bad, and I appreciate, like, the interesting things it was trying to do with Zelda, but... I don't know, can you blame Miyamoto
up?
for that game being too hard?
It's not like it's too hard. Is it too hard?
It is too fucking hard.
I've never really played it properly, so I can't really say. Is it too hard? I'm asking
It's way too fucking hard. Like 100 times too hard.
I went the wrong way, doesn't matter. Reset.
That game is like Mega
This
Man
is the dungeon that
Unlimited
destroyed
hard.
Ishtar, by the way. This is the dungeon that destroyed Ishtar.
Why?
He would get to this place. He was doing no damage runs, if you remember.
Oh, right. Would he get hit by jellyfish?
He would just get hit by the boss most of the time.
Oh, really?
Ow!
And jellyfish that drop from the ceiling.
Yes. He actually got to the boss once, and he got hit, but he didn't take any damage from the hit, and he quit out, and we went, no! Dobby!
Fuck you, Dobby.
This is a nice design room here, I like it, in terms of the
This looks
aesthetic.
different to how it did in the...
Also, it's carrying me, I just want to point that out as well. Yeah, I can kill them with her as well, which is quite entertaining. Because I can't actually kill those things yet, but I can with her.
Get the big blue boomerang.
I'm gonna drop you here.
Big blue boomerang.
But anyways, yeah.
This is
so
not a room
Zelda
I'm supposed to
2,
enter yet.
That would be Shigeru Miyamoto's low point.
Where is she? Here she is.
But again,
Hi.
it's not at design, it's just 100 times too hard.
He said that he doesn't believe it was
I'll
a
go
good
through that
game.
way.
Yeah, I'd
I
agree
mean,
with
like,
him.
yeah, like, you know, every game developer has made a really bad game.
Can't go that way.
And some have been so bad that they have destroyed their careers and reputations, like
Daikatana!
Daikatana. Or Warren Spector with Deus Ex Invisible War.
I
Right,
say...
because Warren, he did a post-mortem of that game a while back, and he talked about, like, how basically all of Deus Ex 2's development was kind of mismanaged, basically. And then it wasn't necessarily that they deliberately designed it badly, as it wouldn't. But it wasn't that they were trying to design it differently than the first game. It's just that there was a load of technical and organizational stuff that happened at the time. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, like, he made, like, okay, when he was making Invisible War, which was kind of garbage, he also did Deadly Shadows, it wasn't too bad. But those were two of the games that came out during his stay in Ion Storm.
Is it boomerang time? I think it is. I sure do love my boomerang.
Oh yeah, also forgot that he made Deus Ex when he was in Ion Storm too.
Also, yeah, again, with the whole nature thing, the bosses are actually nature-based as well, although arguably they're like curse... augmented
Also,
by curses. What were you gonna say, Navi?
I should just point out...
Why not take a break, guys? We've been
Miyamoto-
playing quite a while.
Miyamoto didn't direct Adventure of Link, so I'm not going to count it.
He said that that was basically one of the games that he made.
He didn't direct or design it, he was only a producer.
So it's your favourite thing now, right? Oh no, I remember how to do this. Yeah. I can't destroy it that way.
I like when he says, I wouldn't say that I've ever made a bad game per se. Fuck you, Shigeru.
Well, he hasn't really.
No, he hasn't really. Like, he has taken time on his games, and he's been very careful with his games.
I had the impression that he was like an insane perfectionist who demanded incredibly high standards of himself and everyone who worked for him.
Apparently
as
that's
well.
what everyone that works with him says, is that he will, if it's not right, he'll tell you it's not right, he'll be very blunt about it, and then he'll force you to get it right. And he won't let you kind of release what you're doing until you've fucking done it properly.
Uncompromising, which is obviously why he did actually design. He was a designer on Wii Music.
Yes.
So I'd probably say that that's his low point as a game designer.
Yeah.
It's not so much a game really though, is it, Wii Music, if you think about it?
It's a giant pile of shit, that's what it is.
Well, it's just a toy.
Nope,
It's a toy though. Nintendo have always been very blunt about the fact that a lot of the time what they are making is not games, but they're making toys.
They're making games.
Yeah, but he hasn't made anything that bad. So, there.
Like, yeah, so I think like John Carmack's low point was probably Rage.
What did he do that other than make the technology though? Enemy Territory Quake Wars wasn't that great either, I'm gonna be honest.
Quake 2?
What?
I
Really?
think that Carmack has a very loose design role in games at IDS.
Yeah.
He does all the games on IDS, to be honest.
Is it ever explained why there's a time limit in this room, by the way?
No. I didn't play Rage, but I don't see how it could be bad than Doom 3, because Doom 3 was such an obnoxiously awful piece of shit. It makes me angry just thinking about it.
I don't mind Doom 3 at all. I like Doom 3 as a game.
It took the legacy of two of my favourite shooters of all time and made it generic and boring as hell.
I'm not sure I can agree with that.
And it took everything that I loved about Doom and stripped it away and replaced it with lighting.
I will be
Did you see what was the original plan for Doom 3 was, though? Have you ever seen the original prototype videos? They were going for a survival horror angle.
Well, that's dumb. It's Doom. You don't do that.
Well, why not? Why can't they decide what they do with that game rather than you?
No, it's true, but it made it for a bad game because it really wasn't fun.
Can I fucking look the other way? I can't go that way.
Like what Doom was when it was actiony, it had heavy metal soundtrack, it was blasting, big guns, big guts, you know, and it was fun.
If you want to make a different game, don't name it after a previous game that you've made. It's really simple.
That too.
I can agree with that for the most part, but I also kind of
just because you're like, oh, it won't sell unless it has the Doom name attached to it, so let's just do this and just piss off everybody.
I must confess, I made the same argument for fucking Devil May Cry, but if that's what they want the game to be, it doesn't ruin the fucking reputation of anything.
Yeah, it does.
No, it fucking doesn't, and well do you know it.
No, there's never going to be another Doom game that goes back to the classic Doom style.
Why not?
There's going to be like HD re-releases.
And that's not Doom 3's fault. That is not Doom 3's fault. No, it has nothing to do with Doom 3.
If Doom 3 hadn't been released, then we wouldn't be in this situation.
No, we would totally be in this situation.
Corridor shooter with
we would fucking got
themes.
COD regardless, and COD would have meant that it would have been a fucking corridor shooter with fucking set pieces. Just the same fucking way that it would be if it were released now.
Do you have any argument against
Market pressures change the way that games are made. Half-Life came out. Half-Life is to blame for Doom 3 being what it is. Nothing fucking else. You know that, Catsman, because we've had this discussion before, and you have said as much.
I think that Half-Life did change the way that first-person shooter games were produced in, but I don't think that a Half-Life style Doom game would have been bad. However, Doom 3 was not a Half-Life style Doom game. Doom 3 was a design abomination that is just incredibly boring.
It was the people that made Doom trying to make Half-Life. Which one of these? Oh, for fuck's sake!
It didn't.
Fuck! Fuck off. Can you please just die? Oh my god! Oh my god! Fucking thank you, Ruto, because Ruto can kill them even if I can't. It's this one here, isn't it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it is.
Like, oh yeah, that was some screening right there.
Wow. Are there two of them in this room? There are. Jesus.
I missed the boomerang.
Boomerang's a great weapon. Give me that.
Yeah, like, John Carmack was an absolutely brilliant programmer, and he had done some very revolutionary things when he was early on in his career.
Ah! That's it. That's what I've been looking for.
Doom 3 was technologically very sophisticated.
Yay! She found her stone, guys.
Like the technology, like the real-time shadows
Princess
and stuff.
Ruto got the spiritual stone, but
that
why
blew
her?
my mind back at the time.
Yeah, I thought Half-Life 2 was just better though. Half-Life 2 is way better.
Okay, I'll take you home.
I mean, like, it's stunning at how much of an influence the
Gmod's
engine has.
What a twist.
Not Gmod.
Gmod.
Yeah,
Source.
Sorry, the Source engine, how much of an influence it still had and still has right now.
Well, you say that, but wasn't Source also based on fucking
Doom
the
code.
Quake 3 engine?
On old Quake 1 code.
Yes.
Source,
yeah.
the original Gold Source was based on old Quake 1 code, and then Source was based on Gold Source, although there's very little actual Gold Source code in it. But it's caused Valve a lot of problems over the year because of the way that, just because of the architectural limitations that prevent them from having large areas without loading screens, and like the amount of stuff they can do in terms of streaming data from the like they can stream data from the hard drive or from the disk, but they can't do it to the extent that other games can. There has to be a bunch of crap loaded when the level first loads.
Give me your shit whenever you drop.
Resident Evil still uses the Quake engine.
Does it? No,
Really?
Resident Evil uses
Original
fucking
Quake.
empty frameworks, doesn't it?
Well, the
Yeah,
original
I
Quake,
thought it used,
original Resident Evil used Quake.
Did it?
Really? I didn't know that.
I wasn't aware of that either. That's interesting.
It uses the ID. I can't remember. Hold on.
It's probably id Tech 1. You probably couldn't get id Tech 2 to run on the PlayStation.
Well, so you know that there are no boss keys in this game at the moment. Oh, I need to move back, don't I?
Yeah, because the boss room is revealed to you by other means, isn't it?
Yes. Ow. Nah. Nah.
Yeah.
Fuck you, people. Fuck you, Octorok.
What are people arguing about now? Great V says Carmack is an over-glorified shitty programmer. No, that's objectively false. Sorry, objectively false.
What is red? Oh, I see. I need to jump on that. Okay. That could have gone badly.
Carmack was the
anything
first
box.
person to write a fast texture mapping algorithm for a PC
Yes.
game. He was the first person to write a fast scrolling algorithm for a 2D
He's very
PC
important.
game.
His work is fucking...
Carmack's loop.
He was the first person to do anything pseudo 3D at a
what do I need
decent
for this again?
speed.
Do I need 2 boxes? Is that it?
And it's not necessarily that he was the first person to
Oh,
do
no,
any of the
I
things that he
need
did, because he
pots.
wasn't by a long shot. But Carmack's implementation
That's it, I
at the
need
time
pots to put on it,
was
that's it.
leagues faster than anyone else's implementation. Leagues faster. We're talking like twice as fast, 3 times as fast.
What am I looking for
That's
here?
his legacy.
I don't even remember.
The guy who was arguing about it left.
Really?
He's a fucking dipshit, that's why.
What a dipshit.
I'm supposed to put this box on here, or is there another thing that I'm missing here?
The reason Carmack hasn't been as relevant
Oh, it is, okay.
The reason Carmack hasn't been as relevant in recent years, I
missed it
think,
with
is
the first
because
box.
game design hasn't been limited by the technological
Yeah.
limitations of the time.
He's
and
very
thus
important in that respect, which is one of the
that's
reasons
the
I
thing,
guess he went for Oculus.
He pushed the design past what the technological limitations were at his time. That's why he's remembered so fondly. But there's nothing in particular in terms of gameplay that you can really not do now, to a certain extent, at least in terms of graphics technology. So he doesn't really do anything. Maybe he'll do something really cool at Oculus, though.
He
I don't
builds
know.
rockets too.
Haven't used a Rift yet. Yes, he builds rockets in his spare time.
He has a really nice Ferrari.
Didn't he sell one of his Ferraris?
Yeah, he sold his F40, which was his most expensive and rarest of Ferraris.
I like that. That's a nice little, not even a puzzle really, but a nice
It's
use
just
of
a-
the lock-on.
Nice little thing.
Ow!
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize until this point that you could do that with the boomerang lock-on, so it's kind of like teaching you how to do that, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
And it never comes in handy ever again, pretty much, because you don't use the boomerang again after this dungeon.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult. You do use it a little bit in the beneath the well, and you can also use it in Spirit Temple in
John
the
Pussy
that bit.
Snorkler Carmack.
Oh boy, it's Baronade.
You'll like this boss, Baron.
Also, I quite like how they have like an intro to the boss, and it's like, oh, it's a little cutscene for the boss. It's to show you that it's important and how it adds interaction with the rest of the dungeon. And in this case, it's the source of the 3 tentacles that you see.
And
Bioelectric
the
anemone.
jellyfish as well. All the jellyfish belong to him.
Right now, Link is in a very dangerous spot. 'Cause
Ow.
it's based upon real life. See, look, he's getting shot.
Yeah, the game is based on real life.
If it had actual physics, he would be getting electrocuted well before he got close. Because if it thinks it's producing so much electricity, it's arcing massive bolts out of its body into the ground.
Yeah,
it's
there
not
would
safe.
have to be quite a potential difference there for that to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, there, I just wasn't able to lock on properly. Okay, so I've got the tentacles at least. And now it does. Ow! That. Ow! Okay. Now it's back up again. Now it can fly! You can't hit it. You can actually occasionally just swipe it through, but it's not likely as it gets faster and faster. Like so. Uh-oh. What? Okay, I think I pushed it out slightly.
Hello, shiny, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Oh, no, I can't yet. I have to get rid of the little shit.
You've just caught the very end of this stream.
Well done, Shiny.
Shiny's one of those who's been on the GLA so long that they just must be so fucking bored of looking at Ocarina of Time. Although I'm not bored by looking at this one, because I'm just looking at all the differences in the 3D version.
That's why I thought I'd do this rather than, can you hit it, please?
No, I can't. I can't, Moogle. This is something you have to do.
I am sorry for your lots.
Aha! You stunned it using the special item for the dungeon. Hooray.
At least it's active while you stun it this time. I guess at the time that kind of design was novel, though.
Was it?
Maybe.
It wasn't.
I can't remember seeing it anywhere else. Before this.
Bosses got stunned all the time.
I need you guys to type
No, they didn't.
on level 3.
No, they didn't. They didn't get stunned all the time in fucking Link to the Past.
Yeah, they did.
No, they didn't.
Oh, I'm thinking now. Maybe they didn't.
Okay, let's go through them in order, because I can go through them in order. First one is the Knights. They're like these 6 Knights, is it?
Oh, right, yeah, and they bounce.
So they don't get stunned. They get moved backwards when you hit them, but
yeah,
they don't get stunned.
I don't think they get stunned. I don't think any of the bosses in that game actually get stunned.
The earthworms don't. Moldorm does get stunned, but you can't hit him while he does so he gets stunned when you hit him on his tail. Agethnim doesn't really get stunned, I guess. He just moves on to the next spell that he was about to cast.
No, I remember him being stunned.
Oh, hi.
Ohio.
I can't hit you. She's invisible. She's very Tsun here. You're late. What took you so long? You're useless, Babaka. I was just lonely, that's all. Uh-oh.
Oh, she's got the hots for you.
She does, totally. It's another thing with this game is that every single female with which Link comes into contact lusts after him, with the possible exception of the cuckoo handler who doesn't for some reason. Splush. Fish vaginas.
And now we shall read the Dodskipedia quote.
Thank you, Freaky. I needed to see that. That's interesting.
Full Baron.
I realize what it's doing. That's pretty brilliant.
What are you looking at?
It's Freaky linked it in the chat.
I do like Besiege. I need to learn how to play it properly because I'm very bad at physics-based games in that respect. What do you wish?
Like,
I want that spiritual stone.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, jeez.
I've only started seeing like GIFs and WebMs of that game being placed recently. It
Yeah,
looks
because
cool.
it got picked up by 4chan, who then ran with it.
I
Discovered
really
lots of
like
glitches.
physics-based games like that.
I am very crap at them. I don't understand physics very well, which doesn't help.
I used to be back in the day. I posted on this physics game forum run by a guy who rode a unicycle as like his hobby.
Okay, so shall I go and get the Master Sword and then stop?
I don't know.
You don't know what she's talking about, but you finally collected the spiritual stones, guys.
You don't know what you've gotten yourself in for, Link.
Technically speaking, Link and Zelda fucked this up completely. Because if they'd done fucking nothing to start with here, everything would have been okay.
I don't know, Ganondorf might have been kind of a dick to people.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have got his hands on the Triforce, so he wouldn't have fucked everything up, would he? I thought the whole point was that when... Oh god, where am I going? That's where I'm going, okay. I thought the whole point was that in the timeline where you stay a child, fucking Ganondorf attempts a coup but fails.
Yeah.
He attempts a coup and he fails. Fucking hell, Jabu.
Don't try and swim through a solid object.
Yeah, maybe that would be a good idea.
I'm disappointed that they didn't do more with the water effects in this game, by the way.
Yeah,
the
they
water
probably
looks
could have
exactly
done.
the same.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, they should have utilized one of John Carmack's many programming techniques to make the water look extra watery.
No,
What do you have to say,
the water in id Games was never as good as the water in Unreal.
That's
Sorry,
true.
but it's true.
Yep, I agree. There weren't even really water effects in the first Doom, were there?
But
Quake
yeah, you should
came
put like
in.
some fucking like shader effects on there or some shit, man. Make that water look extra nice.
Yeah. I think Stalker had pretty good looking water actually.
It does. Hey Zora.
Like Stalker was really good at atmospheric graphics.
Okay. So we'll talk to Zora, see what he's got to say. Piece of shit that he is. Mwip.
Not a piece of shit. What are you talking about?
Mwip. 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 Mole. Mole. Whee! Let's dive. This will put me closer to the castle, I think. Pretty sure. Actually, I'm lying. It's fucking the other end of the map.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
You're completely lying.
I'm completely lying.
You ride the Zora's River all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, you can, can't you?
Oh, what you could have done was ride the Zora's River. Yeah, but you didn't.
I can. It's not too late, you know. Let's go back in.
Tim Snake, I hear you did the worst stream ever last night.
Apparently it was pretty poor.
You should really be proud. That's an extremely prestigious title on GLA.
Does it beat Rusty's Wii U menu stream?
I don't know because I didn't see it.
Or
but...
Rusty's I'm gonna try out all the music in Smash Bros stream.
When they the same stream?
I don't think they were the same one. If they were, then that would have been pretty fucking impressive. No one's gonna be beating that one for a while in terms of worst stream ever.
True. Loads of money.
I think I've streamed like a couple of disappointing streams. Like it started out pretty good and then the game kept crashing. My internet kept dying.
But nothing just catastrophically boring.
Oh, well, that's good.
Other than pissing people off with playing Resident Evil 2 all the time. I don't think I've really done too many bad ones.
I never played Resident Evil 2.
It's a pretty great game, you should play it.
No, I played the game, but I never streamed it for me.
Oh, okay, see.
For me, it's just my stalker obsession, apparently.
Rusty has a stream key because art is conflict, fish heads. If every streamer here was really amazing, then you'd never
That's a nice skybox.
you'd never appreciate the ones who are good. Whereas if you have Rusty,
Nice lens
you're
flares
like,
as well.
man.
What do you think of that lens
But
flare?
you see, back in the time when this game originally came out, lens flares in games were like technologically amazing.
Yeah, they were as well. Big areas like this were technologically amazing as well.
Yeah, also like fog in the distance because the game didn't have a proper Z buffer.
No, it's PS1 games that didn't have a Z buffer. Just getting two objects to appear, one object to appear in front of another object on the PS1 is amazing.
Yeah. Then again, when Star Fox came out, Star Fox was a technological marvel as well, for a console at least.
Star Fox was definitely cheating though, because the
It's
Super
very, very
chip was
cheaty.
like more powerful than the entire rest of the SNES.
Yep. Well, that's the whole point about the difference between Sega and Nintendo is that Sega were very much, okay, well, we'll have hardware add-ons, which pushed the price of the hardware up, but Nintendo were like, okay, we'll let people pay for the individual game that they want to play, with that. And I think that the Nintendo approach was better.
Oh, obviously, because
But it was very of its time. It would never work like now. And to be honest, it was a risky proposition even then, because it meant that games had to have a lot of custom code written for their special hardware. And that cartridges were more expensive as well. If anything, it was Sega who had the more economical idea. The trouble is they just didn't produce any good fucking games.
No, it's not they didn't produce any good fucking games. In some cases, they didn't produce games at all, pretty much. They're like 5 or 6 at the most. and that the economical advantage there isn't realised. Because you're paying like 150 quid for the hardware add-on, and you're not getting any monetary value out of it. Which
and
is why...
and Nintendo worked on one console and then they released it, whereas Sega worked on just
the Saturn. They had Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter running at the same time.
Yeah,
Mars was the 32X, wasn't it? Jupiter
so they had
was
the 32X, the CD for the Genesis.
Yeah,
and then they came
Jupiter
out with
was
the
the
Saturn. But like very shortly after the Saturn came out, it was pretty much a certainty that they were going to go with the Dreamcast. And then when the Dreamcast came out, it only got about a year before everyone started freaking out over the PS2.
Yeah. The thing
if
with
it just picks one thing and stuck
yeah,
with
exactly, and this is the problem with them because the Saturn was a very good 2D machine that was brought in as 2D was dying, or as it was dead because of the PS1, because 3D was the new hotness, and it did get some good, fucking good games, but
2D system, 3D system as well, though.
Not as awful though. It just wasn't as awful, and that's the point.
It was fucking awful.
It was nowhere near as bad as the Saturn, though. I'm sorry.
Complicated, clunky, badly designed system.
Like the nothing about the PS1 was designed with 3D in mind. Literally nothing about it.
Not sure about that.
But I remember Jumping Flash.
Where is this? Jumping Flash was good. It's fun. Here it is.
And that shit was 3D as fuck.
Is there something unusual here?
3D.
Yeah, but Fire the Dragon was just like an amazing use of the hardware.
Yeah.
Like the engineers at Sony didn't go, we need this console that can play Spyro the Dragon. They just made some random bullshit console that wasn't very good, and they
I think Kutaragi was obsessed with 3D though. His fucking ethos of we need to make sure it can do 3D actually followed through rather than Sega. No, we're gonna have this as another 2D machine. It just will be better 2D. And that didn't really work.
It's because Sony basically forced people not to make 2D games for it in the end.
They did,
said,
yes.
No,
they nearly didn't
2D
release Symphony
games.
of the Night. Symphony of the Night nearly didn't happen.
Symphony of the Night was a special exception.
Symphony of the Night was Konami standing their ground, pretty much, and they were pretty much the first people that would do that, because Symphony of the Night was very special indeed. Again, the two sets of 3 notes.
And again, the Temple of Time music has no key and no time signature. It's supposed to resemble some kind of chanting. I don't remember what.
We're about to go in there and find out, so you can listen.
But yeah, the guy who makes the music for these games, I forget what his name is now. Koji Kondo.
Koji Kondo.
He is very learned about
music. He's very, very good at making fucking music.
He knows his shit.
He's pretty much done all of their high-profile music, hasn't he? Since Nintendo was
There's
making
other
games.
talented people who work on music at Nintendo, but
I thought
he's by far the most.
One thing Bethesda does brilliantly of any other company is they make consistently amazing music.
Oh yeah, like
I
the
can
generic
agree with
orchestral theme for Skyrim. Wasn't that amazing? Oh no, wait, it wasn't. It sucked. It was just generic.
That was amazing. What are you talking about? It
was generic.
One of the issues I have with Western games, for the most part, is that they're very focused on ambient soundtracks.
It's generic.
They don't do melody so well as they do as the Japanese do. Because the Japanese do very, very distinctive main riffs of a song, if you will, I guess. Whereas I don't think that Western games do that well. But
I think Western games do. I'm just saying, from a compositional standpoint, the Elder Scrolls music
I'm not overly fond of the Elder Scrolls.
It's not interesting in a thematic way, and is not interesting in a technical way.
Oh, it's a giant one. There we go.
I'm not just saying Elder Scrolls either. I mean, like, Fallout had Enon Zord to the music. He did a really good job there.
I'm not sure about Fallout. I don't know. Deus Ex had fantastic music.
Deus Ex, yeah, it does. Actually. Mass Effect has decent music. Can't really argue about that.
Though was he did the soundtrack for Unreal.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You know, and that was awesome.
And of course, Doom and Quake, amazing music.
Well, Quake didn't really have music in the sense that Trent Reznor did it.
Oh right, yeah. Well, no, actually, I'm gonna diss Quake. I didn't really like Quake's soundtrack. I guess it fit the game.
Here we go.
It's not really good listening by itself.
This is a really nicely done bit as well.
No shit, yeah.
The angles that they choose for the cutscenes. Also, I haven't really pointed this out yet because I haven't really needed to. There's this thing.
What's that?
It's something that was new. This is the Sheikah Stone the Great Deku Tree mentioned, I say. If you're ever unsure of what to do, it might be not a bad idea to ask this for help. Receive a vision of the future.
Oh shit, really?
So this is the casual thing. So you can just go, oh, okay, I can... What do I have to do? What am I supposed to do with this? Okay, I see. I'm supposed to do that. Oh, pick up a box. What do I do with the box? Go towards the switch that's glowing. Ooh!
That's such fucking bullshit.
Well, it's optional. You don't ever have to go near it if you don't want to.
Diablo isn't really...
It's there if you want it. Which is nice.
Calling Diablo a Skinner box is stretching the definition of Skinner box. Freaky.
What's a Skinner box?
Fish heads. It's just designed to, like... get you addicted.
Oh, I see.
But there's no actual substance to it. Like Diablo is designed to get you addicted, but there's also some actual substance.
Yeah,
to
there
the
is some
game
substance
design.
to the game as well. Some at least. I'm not sure what I think about this because in the original this was all of the warp platforms were like monochrome stone, black and white with no. Well, did they have the
I actually really like how the Temple of Time looks in this game. So
it is quite nice. It's nice and airy, which you'd expect for a temple of this nature, especially considering it was supposed to be the Light Temple. Again, it was a one of the ones which they kind of
changed during development.
You know, I think about it too. Sonic the Hedgehog had pretty good music most of the game.
Yes, it does.
A lot of Sonic the Hedgehog and Streets of Rage.
Yeah.
Streets of Rage is great.
Just if you gave the Mega Drive sound chip to a talented composer, they just made these really like fantastic, like weird kind of
very distinctive though. It's very distinctive. The sound.
It's very distinctive and it made really like dirty sounds, like wow.
Yeah, it did.
You know, it did really, really good bass.
Whereas Nintendo just sounds kind of muddy, but a bit more complex.
The thing about
muddy,
the SNES is that you could do a lot with it, but sample age much worse than like the Genesis FM synth. So a sample on the SNES can sound very dated if done wrong.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But in general, the better SNES soundtracks don't have kind of dated samples in them.
Yeah,
so my main question with this, and I think it's a good question. Bong.
Super Castlevania 4 has a really awesome soundtrack for that game.
Let's have a look at this first.
ActRaiser, yeah.
I say, isn't that?
Yes, it's Hitler.
It's Hitler. So why hasn't anybody, knowing that there is a hidden room at the back of this place, why has no one taken a ladder up to that window on the outside and then just burst in through the window?
Maybe it's like this room is what you call it. It's like its own pocket dimension.
Potentially,
it doesn't exist in physical space, and this temple is smaller on the outside. You know, that's probably the best explanation.
So yeah,
for
there, as far as I'm aware, there were 2 dungeons that were cut out of this game that they
Wind
had planned.
Temple.
They were gonna have at least those. They were gonna have an ice temple, and they were gonna have a wind temple. And they were supposed to be used to power up the Master Sword, as it was in, say, Wind Waker. But they also were supposed to have a light temple, because obviously you get a medallion for no reason here.
Yeah.
You're about to be given a medallion just for nothing. I love this cutscene, by the way. I love this music, this little jingle. I love everything about how they hype up the Master Sword as a thing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
They took something that had been in one game and turned it into part of the kind of the lore of the game, and I like that. Also, this is a nice twist as well.
Insanely hype in Link to the Past.
It was kind of hype, but it was kind of moderately hype, I guess. It was like, you gotta get this sword, it's the only thing that can kill him. Okay, fine. And this is a nice twist as well, because obviously you've now gone through the victorious Act 1 of the game, and now you're in Act 2, which is oh god, everything's gone to shit. I can kind of see where they were going though, because this game has essentially like 2 acts to it. So you've got Child Link, and then you've got Adult Link. And it would have been... Probably, what they had planned was that you had Child Link, Adult Link, and then there was a mixed bit near the end where you would have had to power up the Master Sword, which probably would have required both, I'd imagine. a little bit more than that was emphasized in eventually at the end of the game, but but they reused a lot of that for Wind Waker, so I can't really complain too much, I guess. Hey, man.
Row.
Rowroo.
Hey.
Totally not the owl. Totally not the owl. Absolutely not the owl.
Row.
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 What's the final key to the Sacred Realm? Don't be alarmed. I say, don't be alarmed. Hey, Navi. I'm adult now. How did my clothes change? How did my clothes change?
Wow, you are adult.
Why are you fucking spazzing out, Navi, please?
But he has the brain of a
He has the emotional intelligence of a 12-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
How old was he supposed to be? How old was he supposed to be? Because obviously they say 7 years. Is it 7 years passes?
I think he was 10, and then now he's 17.
Okay. 7 years.
And yeah, Ruto was 10, and now she's 17, and Saria was 10, and now she's 10.
And Naburu is no age given, and she's now no age given.
Slightly
It looks
older,
identical.
but it, yeah. Well, the
I do
other
like the
characters aren't
build-up.
children in the beginning, so they just look the same. Why not?
I do like how they've they emphasise the crests here as well, because they reuse those later on. I did quite like that in the Twin Rover fight. Each of the witches has a different crest allocated to them, and it's these crests.
Oh really?
Yeah. If you look at when they rise upwards, you can see them. One of them has the water crest. One of them has the fire crest.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, you'll see it later on. Again, it's nice that they think about those kind of things, and they kind of had them. And that was there in the original game as well. Again, you've just been given this for no reason. There was supposed to be a trial associated with that. Presumably time constraints meant that they didn't add it in.
The game had already been in development for a ridiculously long time.
Yeah, it was. It was
even by Nintendo standards.
I think it got to the point where they were like, we could do more to this, we could make it even better, but it's time, we just have to go. And that's okay, I can understand that. Although what I would have said is that if they were going to remake the game in its entirety, not like this, but as in a full remake, not a remaster, it would probably be sensible if they added that stuff in. They won't, of course, but... because I think one of the problems that they have is that a lot of the ideas that would have gone into it
they
were reused in
into
later
the
games.
Game.
So Wind Waker certainly had the Wind Dungeon that was probably planned. And there would have been others. So I'm going to get to the end of this cutscene.
And yeah, when they're doing just
is a
what
nice
is supposed
touch.
to be a remake or re-release, they don't ever like get new design resources
Yeah, they
allocated
don't really, do
to the
they?
game.
Not Nintendo, at least.
Who do?
Capcom did with Resident Evil, the remake. Nintendo did once, actually. They did it with Zero Mission.
Oh shit, yeah.
It's because Zero Mission is just rebuilt from the ground up.
Kind of pushing the definition of remake, to be honest. Re-release.
I would still call it a remake. I would call it a proper remake. If you're gonna say it was pushing it to call Zero Mission a remake, you can't call Resident Evil remake a remake either, because it adds so much to the game.
Right, because there's a lot of stuff in completely different.
A lot of stuff that's in completely different places. The mansion was redesigned. The pacing was redesigned. There are extra sections added completely. New characters. Not quite new weapons, but new mechanics.
See, to me,
it's completely different.
That's acceptable.
That's a remake. That's a proper remake.
If you make a completely different game, that's
also,
acceptable.
I want to point out, Shawnee really likes this as well. The Sheik's music is great. Also, I want to point out here, the Link is completely still. He's not moving at all.
He doesn't have 3D, Bob. No.
He's not moving at all.
Where's my 3D, Bob?
Because Sheik is moving in that scene, but Link is not.
They forget that.
It's obviously something they forgot. I wonder if it's the same in the original.
I don't know because I didn't play the original Tactics Ogre Lane.
A reimagined version of the original.
Okay, that's the end.
Okay,
What
yeah,
a fun
so I'm
game.
going to end it here.
We beat the game. Congratulations, everyone.
We did a lot of the game there, and that was actually pretty good.
So yeah, next time, Zelda 2.
No.
Get hype. Get hype for Zelda 2. Gonna be great.
And that's it. Goodbye, everybody.
Ta-da!